The Lakers entered Friday's matchup with the Utah Jazz on an absolute tear. They lost 5 of their first 6 games without LeBron James playing, but after coming back from a 15-point deficit against the Dallas Mavericks, they seemed to have things figured out against the Detroit Pistons with a huge on Wednesday. But the Jazz represented a much more daunting challenge. They have one of the best home court advantages in all of basketball, and unlike the Pistons and Mavericks, they have experienced some degree of playoff success recently. This is the sort of game that the Lakers would have struggled to win even with a healthy James. Without him, the kids didn't really have much of a chance. The Lakers quickly fell behind 15-5, and though they made it competitive for spurts, the Jazz ultimately won the game with ease. The final score was 113-95, but it was not even as close as that score suggested. The Lakers just couldn't do anything on offense against Utah. The media let them know just how badly they played. Here are their best reactions Friday. Luke Walton wasn't pleased with the opening few minutes, with Lal conceding 2 open threes to Royce O'Neal, then a putback of a miss from Rudy Gobert that put Utah up 8-3. Mike Treadle, @Lakers reporter, January 12, 2019. The Lakers carried none of the momentum from Wednesday's win into this game. They were blitzed to the tune of a 15-5 lead early on, allowing 3-pointers to Royce O'Neal that gave the Jazz control of the game. And the Utah Jazz never bothered playing a point guard ever again. Bill Oram, @Bill Oram, January 12, 2019. Things went so well for the Jazz early in this game that they may need to consider this strategy moving forward. Maybe Donovan Mitchell isn't a shooting guard. Maybe he's a score-first point guard. Lakers needed to win the non-Mitchell Gobert minutes and that's not happening. Silver screen. That is especially true when so many point guards are hurt. But the Lakers don't have much depth to speak of right now either. Didn't count, but Joe Ingles deserves the bucket for making this. Via @UtahJazzPick.Twitter.com/VZ2MGJDL7A, Slam, @Slam Online, January 12, 2019. Joe Ingles nearly extended the Jazz lead even further with a full court heave at the end of the first quarter. Thankfully, he was a bit late. Technically, a shot cannot count with 0.2 seconds left anyway. It would have to be a tip, which this obviously wasn't. This seems like an appropriate moment to note the Lakers are being out-rebounded 23-13. Kyle Goon, @Kyle Goon, January 12, 2019. The Lakers aren't exactly known for playing big. They usually have one center on the floor at a time. The Jazz play Rudy Gobert and Derek Favors together for long stretches of games. They rebound as well as you would expect given the circumstances. The game is going exactly as Utah would like. Slow, lots of fouls, little in transition. Mike Treadle, @Lakers reporter, January 12, 2019. The Lakers like to play fast. The Jazz like to play slow. The Jazz also have their 2 conductors, Mitchell and Gobert. As long as they have those 2 players, they can play the way they'd like. The Lakers don't have LeBron James. Without him, dictating terms of a game is far more difficult. A beautiful dunk by Donovan Mitchell over JaVale McGee has this place loud. The Lakers trailed the Jazz 53-38 late in the second quarter. Tanya Ganguly, @Tanya Ganguly, January 12, 2019. Mitchell's dunk over JaVale McGee pretty much tied a bow on the first half and the game as a whole. It gave Utah all of the momentum and extended their lead well into double digits. This was a blowout. So much has to go right for the Lakers to generate offense with LeBron sidelined. In the last 2 wins they've had that plus great defense. Tonight, neither. LA is down 62-41 at half. Kyle Kuzma is 0 for 8 after scoring career-high 41 2 nights ago. Bill Oram, @Bill Oram, January 12, 2019. Kyle Kuzma was terrible on Monday. He was superb on Wednesday. He was terrible tonight. You never quite know what you're going to get from him, but that variance helped the Lakers get a win against the Pistons. It's just a fact of his NBA existence right now. Refs give Hart a flagrant 1 for fouling Gobert away from the ball. Beasley checked in to replace him, with LOL down 71-50 after 2 Gobert FTs. Mike Trudell, @Lakers reporter, January 12, 2019. The refs weren't exactly kind to the Lakers, though it's not as if better whistles would have helped much given the way that they played. Hart was called for a rare flagrant foul away from the ball. Derek Favors just hit Josh Hart with a legal screen so hard that his initial reaction was to check on Josh to make sure he was okay. Bill Oram, @Bill Oram, January 12, 2019. Meanwhile, the Jazz got away with things like this. Granted, fouls are almost never called on tough screens, but it still feels as if the Jazz were able to play with a physicality that the Lakers couldn't. Joe Ingles buries a 3 and waves goodnight. Jazz 106, Lakers 82. Lot of folks heading home. Kyle Goon, @Kyle Goon, January 12, 2019. The Lakers made it interesting for a bit in the third quarter, but by the fourth, it was over. The Jazz pushed the lead up to the 20s and never really feared for it in the final frame. This was a blowout.